All right, everybody, welcome back to Get Ellievate. This is officially season 2. I am so excited to bring you all more value, more amazing entrepreneurs, more amazing gems as well to help you start and scale your business. As you all know, Get Ellievate is all about connecting you with real life entrepreneurs that can share with you all the strategies that you can use to start your business, scale it up, create multiple income streams, and as well give you real life advice on how to keep going even when it gets a little sticky out there. So we have an amazing guest today. I cannot wait for you to meet her. You know we love the ladies here on Get Ellievate. So stick around. We are about to start in just a second. Listen, everything you need to change your life is already within you. You need to believe that. It has to work or it has to work. You got this. Scale your business, make more money, create your best life, and let's get elevated. Welcome to the podcast. All right, y'all, welcome back into the episode. So I am so excited to introduce you to the lovely Annalisa. Hey. Annalisa, tell them who you are.
Yes. So my name is Annalisa, most known within the virtual assistant space. So I'm the owner of Ellievated Assist, a virtual assistant and social media management agency. So we work with small business owners to really elevate them and take them to the next level by taking care of those admin and social media support tasks off their plate. In addition to that, I am a virtual assistant coach. So I teach people how to make 4 to 5 figures a month as a virtual assistant. And then I do some other things. I invest in real estate. I'm an administrator. And yeah, so I love
multiple
it.
Streams of income.
We do a little bit of everything, but
I
we're blessed.
love that you have elevated and I'm elevated.
Perfect. It's a match. I love it.
It is a match made in heaven. So tell me, what made you decide? Because I know you have a job, right? Or you had a job.
I still have my 9 to 5. I'm an administrator, so actually even within the corporate space, I do very, very well for myself. So
you still have a 9 to 5, and you're doing this amazing. I would think you're a full-time entrepreneur.
I know, and people always say, "Well, if you're making all this money, why do you have your 9 to 5?" So it always goes back to my why. So I have a lot of things that I want to achieve, and we know that it takes money to do that, right?
Oh, yes, it does.
So in regards to building up my real estate portfolio and things like that, we know that takes money. Many times when you're getting real estate, a lot of times they do like you to still have that 9 to 5. Sometimes it makes it a little bit easier.
It does.
Can you do it without it? Yes.
But it's easier.
But also I do it because I can. Actually. So I actually can manage multiple things. So I know everybody can, but I'm in a position where I can do that. So I just continue to.
So then for those who have a 9 to 5 out here, what was kind of that moment where you said, you know what? I'm going to start a business while I have a job, and why virtual assisting?
So honestly, Ellievated Assist and being a virtual assistant really started as a side hustle. So one of my first clients, before I even knew what a virtual assistant was, we had mutual followers on Instagram, send me a DM and say, "Hey, do you do admin work?" So when I read that DM, I immediately thought, okay, is this an additional stream of income?
Right.
Light bulb went off in my head immediately. And I was just like, okay, so before I did any work, I was paid. And I was like, okay, I like how this is going. And then the first month I made $1,000 and I wasn't working a lot of hours. And I was able to do this work mostly from my phone. And it was work I already knew how to do. So it wasn't something I had to completely learn. And then from that first month working with one client, making $1,000, I was like, okay, so what happens if I get more clients?
Exactly.
What does that really look like? So I went from 1 client to 4 clients very, very quickly. And then once you get to about 5 or 6 clients, I recommend people bring someone onto their team.
Yeah.
So I brought someone onto my team. So as I continue to get clients, I continue to hire more people within the virtual assistant space. So it really blew up. So when I tell people I created a 6-figure virtual assistant business in less than a year, that's because things went really, really quickly for me.
Yes. Oh my God. So I have so many questions because it seems so tangible.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, it literally seems like something anyone can do with just basic skills, right?
Absolutely.
Coordinating, scheduling, maybe answering emails. So tell me about that process of scaling. So as you hired more clients, you found VAs to take care of those clients, but the clients still think it's you?
Well, no, the clients don't think it's me actually. So I let them know. I was like, I'm the owner.
Yes,
I oversee
you're the owner
it.
of the company.
So outside of the 4 clients or 5 clients that I was helping assist in addition to my 9 to 5,
yes,
as I started to expand and get more clients, I kept it real. I was like, look,
Yeah.
I
So you
have
become
someone on
like
my
the
team,
coordinator.
the overseer, the coordinator of everything. And a lot of times it's interesting because when people reach out to me, they want to work with me directly. And I'm just like, I have a team. You can trust them. I'm here always to assist, but trust the VA on my team. And I think what makes me a little bit differently than other virtual assistant businesses is that most of my I don't know why I said most of. All of my virtual assistants live in the United States. So it's a little bit of a different approach a little bit of a different approach than someone who has overseas virtual assistants. And nothing against those.
Yeah.
But certain clients reach out to me because they want a certain sound. They want a certain type of communication when it's communicating with someone on an everyday basis.
Absolutely. So when you got your first client, right? Now, how did you market yourself? Because the big question I get a lot in my DMs is like, but Ellie, how do I get my first sale? How do I get my first client? So how did you then go out and get other people to hire you?
A free tool, Instagram. Okay.
IG.
Because people will say, well, how many ads did you run? I didn't have to run any ads for Ellievated Assist, not for my agency specifically.
Yeah.
No ads. And when you brand yourself a certain way and you're able to attract a certain type of clientele, and then also people think I have like this magical tool, and I'm just like, I'm consistent. That's the only difference between me and you. I will show up every day. I've been on live when I had 10 people in the room.
Thank you.
I've been on live when I had 100 people in the room. Okay. So I think when people accept that, one, it's not going to happen overnight.
Yes.
In that they learn to just enjoy the process.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell people a little secret because I've been in a space where, you reach a certain goal, right? Say I make $10,000 a month. That was my goal. I'm telling you, the process is more exciting than actually reaching the goal. It sounds crazy because once you reach 10,000, you're just going to go for 20,000.
Exactly.
Then you're going to go for 50,000. Then you're going to go for 6 figures a month. So enjoy the process and learning, and then being able to pour back into other people is where it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, that's like the sweet spot.
Yes.
But I think what you said is so key, and that consistency is a cheat code. Like, it is. It doesn't matter necessarily the amount of talent you have. It doesn't matter the amount of knowledge anyone has. It's about staying consistent and deciding, you know what? I'm going to just keep at this no matter how long it takes. And even if you start with one becomes two becomes three becomes four.
Thank you. I always tell my students, focus on getting one client. Well, how can I make 6 figures within my agency? What? How many clients? You don't have one client yet, okay? So let's roll it back.
Rewind.
Let's roll it back, because that's literally my thought process. This is my goal. I'm gonna focus on getting 2 clients. Then I'm focused on getting 3 clients.
Yeah.
At 5 clients, I was just like, oh, this is a thing, right? It's an agency. This is becoming bigger than I expected.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm very, very close to hitting 6 figures within my business for the first time. So enjoy the process, guys. Don't rush it. Enjoy the process.
Enjoy the process.
Learn yourself as an entrepreneur. Learn, and you could probably agree with this. We don't always know what's going on. Okay. I'm not perfect, guys.
We have no idea.
We have no idea what's going on.
Most of the time.
Look, I wake up and try it and just keep on trying stuff.
Yep.
Keep on trying stuff. And
literally
I'm enjoying the process. Like, I get excited when I can build my clients' accounts from ground zero. Like, I get excited, like, oh my goodness, this is working. This is not working. Let's try this. So enjoy the process.
Yeah. I love that. So switching gears a little bit, let's say we have a new entrepreneur. Like, they've started their business, they're figuring it out. When is a good time for an entrepreneur to hire?
And I know people have different responses to this. And my first thing is, can you afford it?
Thank you.
Because some of you all try to hire virtual assistants and you're making less than $10K a month.
Yeah, and it's not the time, maybe.
It's not the time there. And then obviously there are cheaper options, I'll be honest. There are cheaper options from a virtual assistant standpoint. But a lot of you all want high level skill sets on a very low budget.
And English speakers and American base. Yeah.
Right. You're expecting them to, understand your vernacular. Right. And like, Can we be real?
How?
Paying them $5 an hour. You're expecting the best, right? Mm-hmm. So I think as a business owner, you have to evaluate. Yes, you should be able to delegate things, but it's a slow process. Like, as you grow, that delegation and what you're able to offset should continue to grow, and you can delegate to more people. Yes. But also figure out what you can afford, okay?
Yes.
Figure out what you can afford, because you all know when you all try to get on my calendar, the first question is going to be, this is the packages I offer. all the details on the website, but it's no reason for us to actually get on the phone unless you know you can, unless you know you can afford this actual service. So I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste their time.
Exactly.
But as an entrepreneur, yes, at some point you need to delegate if you want to scale. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
make sure you're doing it at the right time.
At the right time. Can you afford the services? Do you have enough reoccurring cash flow at this time to actually outsource things? Do you have tasks that really need to outsource? Because just because you're making a lot of money, that doesn't necessarily mean you have a lot of components within your business, right? So figure out what you want the ultimate business structure to look like and determine what actually needs to be delegated. And then also, we be working with y'all and y'all don't be having everything together. So like if you can write some stuff out, SOPs would be nice. Some
so
type
like,
of
I
tools.
love that. What is an SOP?
So SOP is a standard operating procedure. It's not just, exclusive to the virtual assistant space.
Yeah.
Every business, every large corporation is going to have some type of policies and procedures and how to structure and how to create their business.
Okay.
What's going to make things easier for the small business owner is that when you hire new virtual assistants, you'll have access to SOPs already created.
I love that.
That they can reference, so they're not calling you say, hey, Ellie, how do I do this?
Right.
Well, here's a link in the document for you.
Right.
So you can know the step by step. And I always tell people SOPs for me is the boring aspect of the business. I don't enjoy making sure I have every step documented.
Yes.
But if I want to get my business in a position where I can scale it and, the value of the business to be a lot more.
That's a key thing.
You have to have those type. That's just something you have to do.
Yeah, and I feel like that makes sense because as a business owner as well, it helps you to understand the ins and outs of your business. Like what are the systems and the steps you take every day?
Yep.
What's working, what's not working.
Absolutely.
Yep. But if you're just kind of winging it, then when you hire someone, they're going to wing it too.
Yes. I always challenge people in my community. I have like a separate mentorship group too that if you had to sell your business today, what is it worth? If you had to sell your business today, is it in a position to be sold?
Can someone pick this up today and run?
Yep.
And move?
With what you have.
That's a good question.
And I think...
that's a good question.
And it depends on what people's opportunity, their goal is. It may not be to sell your business.
Right.
But if you're...
always be ready.
Always be ready. I say always be ready. And you just have to ask yourself. And a lot of people don't have SOPs. And once they get to the point where they want to delegate... It's like, I want you to have the SOPs and everything documented before you even bring us on board.
Yeah.
Because it gets a little messy. It gets messy.
Yes, it definitely does. And speaking of being ready, right? So we know that the U.S. is dealing with a lot. Joe Biden is falling off of bikes. He has COVID. We've got a recession on the way or here. Like, what can people who work a 9-to-5 and people who have a business do to supplement their income in a way to be ready for something like this when maybe a lot of people are going to lose their job?
Absolutely. And my phrase that used to be on my phone, stay ready and you never have to get ready. So if you all follow me on Instagram and you hear me on live, I'm always talking about creating options for yourself.
Yeah.
Right? When people say, you still have a 9-to-5, how are you making all this money? You're a coach, you got real estate, you're doing all this. I've created options for myself. So at any given moment, I'm going to be okay, right? I'm going to be good. And I constantly encourage people to do that and figure out how can you monetize your skill set? And I know people we shouldn't have to monetize everything. Well, we're about to be in a recession. It's going to get real for a lot of people. Okay, so that I want you to start setting some stuff up for yourself. A lot of people are doing a lot of things for free that people are willing to pay for.
Yes.
And now that we have social media and we're using that as a tool, right? Having these e-commerce businesses, these online businesses, whether it's being a virtual assistant or not, don't feel like the United States is your only target audience, if that makes sense, right? I've had clients outside the country before. Right, because I have an online business. So
they can find you anywhere.
Exactly. I started my business in Cincinnati, Ohio. I've never had a client in Cincinnati, Ohio.
That's great.
Right? They've been all over the world. So I'm telling people, and I'm going to constantly push the virtual assistant space because it's not something you necessarily have to learn.
Yes.
When I started within the virtual assistant space, it was stuff I already did in my 9-to-5.
Yeah.
In my past job opportunities that I've had.
You had the experience.
I had the experience. It's really just putting a price out there in. Guys, don't feel like it has to be perfect before you start, okay?
Yes. Oh my God.
Don't feel like it has to be perfect because my business wasn't perfect when I started. But again, I was enjoying the process. I was learning. I was getting feedback. Okay, this is not working. Let me navigate. Let me pivot. Okay, now we're in a good spot, right? Ellievate Assist is in a spot where we don't have to. If you look on our Instagram page, we haven't posted in a while, but we're still getting leads.
Yes.
So my encouragement for everyone is just start, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Just start before you're worrying like crazy.
Start before it's too late to start.
It's too late to start, right?
You have to start before it's too late to start. So people can leverage their skills from their job. People can go into virtual assisting.
Absolutely.
Like if you had to go back, right, what would be another job or business you would create that you feel like is like recession proof?
Ooh, so it's a couple of them. So it's a couple of people that I follow. I would say within the notary business, mobile notary, they do really, really well. And it's funny because somebody tweeted like, who needs a mobile notary? And I just see all these people post how much money they've made within their mobile notary business, because once you shift your mindset and look at so many different things as opportunities and not problems, you know it's a lot of money out there. You'll be surprised with what people pay for. Insurance adjusting, you'll still be able to make a lot of money. I know people who have made a lot of money with the notary business and insurance adjusting at the same time. There's people in my community, in my virtual assistant space, they're notaries and virtual assistants. I think having an online business, because what we learned in the recession that, you know, when we shut down, are you still going to have access to your customers?
Exactly.
Right? They can't go to a physical location. How can they reach you online? So a lot of online businesses, it will be very, very, I think will make a lot of money. And then again, I think need to remind people again, your target audience, you know, it can expand to outside the United States.
Exactly.
So we may be going through a recession, but that doesn't necessarily mean everybody's going through a recession.
Girl.
Okay.
Y'all hear that, okay? Just because the U.S. is dealing with it doesn't mean everyone else is. And we know that anything online works. E-commerce is still going to work. Even TikTok is not going anywhere.
I was about to say, them TikTok ads, I just started using TikTok ads. Look, girl, you can either complain or jump on, is all I gotta say.
Because I just saw someone mention that TikTok is basically the new TV. Like, people will be on their phone watching TikTok longer than a Netflix movie at this point, you know? So you got to think about, people have to think about, okay, how do I get in alignment with that? Social media management.
Absolutely.
Doing websites. Even if it's just responding to people's DMs, like that is not going to go away.
Absolutely. You'll be surprised what people are paying me to Ellievate Assist to manage their social media and their TikTok accounts.
Oh my God.
And I tell people, if you're looking for a business, think about things that people don't have time to do, people don't want to do, or people don't know how to do.
Yes, because you're solving a problem for them.
Absolutely. And a lot of that's what's in social media. It's a lot of businesses that don't want to do anything with social media. They have the capital to spend, but they're looking for people they can trust that can provide that value and those results for them.
Y'all,
money's out there.
The money
it's out there.
is out there. So y'all grab a notebook, grab a pen. We're going to take a little break and we'll be right back. Hey, future millionaires, thank you so much for tuning in to Get Ellivated, my live coaching and podcast show. I absolutely love sharing this value with you, and I want to make sure that you're tapped in to all the other resources I provide for you here on the channel, as well as in my academy, Ellievatedacademy.com. You guys know that I'm so passionate about helping you start and scale your businesses online, build business credit, get access to funding, and just overall creating multiple income streams. So I want to make sure that you are tapped into my Wealth Masterclass. You can get the link to that down below or by going to Ellievatedacademy.com and enroll ASAP. I'll see you guys in the Masterclass. Bye. All right, y'all, welcome back. And so let's get into part 2. All right, so I love what we were talking about with being recession ready, recession proof businesses as well, and really just starting with what you know how to do, right? You're going to get your clients on social media. So I want to ask you, people ask me all the time, but I'm scared. I don't want to do reels. I don't want to show my face. What do people need to do if they're like, how do they grow on social media?
Well, first you said grow, right?
Right.
You can't grow unless you get out of your comfort zone. So let's start there. You can't, you literally cannot grow unless you get out of your comfort zone. That's literally what growth is. So first, I would say, just post the content.
Just post the content.
Do not overthink it. And I always talk about my social media journey because y'all don't see me doing 8 counts, right?
No.
Y'all don't see me dancing on Instagram, okay? So do what makes you feel comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I would say at least you can just start creating reels for your business where your face might not be on it, right?
Yeah.
It's still a way around that. At some point, I do want you to show your face. Your audience wants to make that connection with you, and do what's at your comfort level. So when because people will say, well, how do I find clients without social media? I said, you can find clients without social media, but you are going to make it harder for yourself.
Oh yeah, you have to work so much harder.
You have to work so much harder, but I want it to be easy for you. I want you to be able to make easy money. Can we say easy money?
Easy money.
Okay, I want you to make money that is less stressful for you. So I want you to put yourself out there on social media and be consistent.
Yeah.
So I tell people I want you posting regularly, right? I want people to know that you actually exist. That one post that you got on your account, and you think you about to get 1,000 sales from that one post? That's literally not how it works,
Yeah,
right?
it's not.
So I tell people, one, be consistent, do what makes you comfortable, and then there's a lot of examples of content that does well. It's okay to recreate the wheel and make it your own. Don't overthink the process. I always tell my students, steal from my account. Do what I do. I don't care.
Yes.
I don't care. I want us all to win. So even me for my own social media journey, 5 years, if y'all would have talked to me 5 years ago, I would have been like, first of all, why do y'all even care what I'm doing in my life on social media? I'm confused.
Exactly.
But when we look at it from a business standpoint and use social media as a tool, that's when the conversation should shift and it should change. So everything I post online is very intentional, right? It's related to business and building my community. So if you're an entrepreneur looking to grow your social media account, or you're a virtual assistant looking to get clients, I recommend you brand yourself appropriately on social media, because you all will DM me and say, I want to be a virtual assistant. I've been a virtual assistant for years, but I don't have clients. I look on your social media, you selling lashes, you selling hair, you do credit repair on the side.
Ooh, child.
And I don't even see anything about virtual assistant, okay? So at this point, your audience is now confused. And I don't know about you, Ellie, but I'm not sliding in your DM saying, hey, are you a virtual assistant? 'Cause I don't know what you do.
I don't know, because I saw a lash on your
I
page.
saw a lash, and I'll reach out to you when I'm looking for lash extensions. But right now, I'm looking for a virtual assistant.
Assistant.
It gets confusing. So brand yourself appropriately.
Yeah.
Like the type of clients you want, you should be branding yourself towards those type of clients and marketing towards those type of clients. My business started taking off when I started being consistent on social media. I'm gonna be honest with you all. That's when things started to shift for me. And I will always shout out my social media friends that I've never met before.
I know.
Because on this journey, it gets very, very lonely.
Oh, very.
It gets very, very lonely, but having people and conversations with people who can relate to what you're going through is amazing. People you've never met before.
Yeah,
Your
and
biggest
internet friends
cheerleaders
will support you.
More than your real friends, but it is what it is. You
It is
accept
what
it and keep it
is.
moving.
You keep it moving.
You accept it and keep it moving. So I always challenge people in my program and my students. I say, just do it. Post the content.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my goodness, I only have like 10 followers, but my reel got 4,000 views.
See?
Oh, I know.
Right.
Oh, I know.
Tried to tell you.
I don't know why I keep on putting pictures and graphics. With Instagram and all these social media platforms, they have blogs, they have websites where they're telling you, this is the content we want you to create.
Exactly. Do
So
what they want.
when I hear business owners say, well, I have Facebook, I don't want to get on Instagram, I don't want to get on TikTok.
Okay. You
The
don't
world
wanna
is
make
moving.
money. Yeah.
The world is moving. So, and I always share my examples about I made $15,000 from one viral reel on Instagram. $15,000.
That's amazing.
And I had a viral TikTok at the beginning of the year, and that was one of my highest paying months. Okay, create the content and let me just say the content that I put the less effort in always does the best.
Always.
And
What is that?
It makes me feel some type of way slightly, because I will use an old video, put some text on that, and then and that goes viral. But like I put the strategy,
effort,
the actual effort. Y'all act like y'all don't see it, but
you know. And that's why I feel like they should understand that just do it. Because the one that you think is whack typically is the one that tends to perform the best. The one that you're like, oh, I don't really like it, is the one that people relate to. And what I love about your content too is it's authentic. You're often at the house, chilling, showing how you can literally run a business and still be at home.
Absolutely. I tell my audience, I'm like, y'all, I'm not at that level where I'm about to put on a full face of makeup,
to create content,
get completely dressed up. I'm not gonna say I'm never gonna be there, but I'm letting y'all know right now, I ain't there yet. Right. So I'm gonna give y'all me. We gonna put on some loungewear.
Exactly.
We working from home, right? I'm gonna give you what I can get.
Yeah, and that is enough, because then you're attracting clients who don't care about that.
Absolutely.
Who are more concerned with just what you have to offer, and makeup or no makeup, you can still get to the bag.
Yeah, it's working.
It's
It's working. So why change it? Okay.
It's very much working. So speaking of, makeup, no makeup, like, I need to understand, right? Because you're fine. You have money. You cute. You got your own place.
I do.
You probably got good credit.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Okay.
So, like, why are you not wifed up yet? What is happening with the dating scene as us entrepreneurs? Because I feel like it's ghetto out here.
I will say the dating scene as an entrepreneur is interesting, especially because I have a service-based business, right? So you have to evaluate clients too, right? Are they working? Are they working with you because they need a virtual assistant? Are they working with you because they want to date with Annalisa? So you go through those motions, and at some point, I delegated that aspect of my business and actually talking to people on the phone for discovery calls. But it's just I'm just gonna be patient because it just hasn't happened for me yet. Not saying that it will, but I mean. I don't think I have a success story yet for dating as an entrepreneur. Not that I have a lot of bad stories. It's just like.
Right, but we haven't had that one yet.
I'm not a wife.
Back to like B. Simone, right? Is a 9 to 5 a no? Oh,
for me personally, a 9 to 5 is not a no, right?
Okay.
So for me personally, if my husband's listening out there, my future husband, but for me, it's more so as a total, what do you bring to the table?
Yes.
Because I'm gonna let you know right now. If you like corny guys with money are the worst, right? They are the worst. Please do not use money as a personality trait because especially talking to someone that's already doing well for themselves, it's like, please stop.
Right.
Like, please stop.
Please stop, sir. This is embarrassing.
So for me, personality is super, super huge because I like to have a good time and I like to laugh. Like, that is the majority of my life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think 9 to 5 is absolutely at the door, but I think it's definitely levels to it, right? And I'll just give an example. So someone that has like, a $500,000 business, I'm giving an example, guys. Okay?
Right.
Let me be clear before they say, first of all, she said she would never date, first of all, but I think it's levels to it, right? I think a woman that's making $1 million or $500,000 versus a man that may be making $40,000 a year, I think the experience is different.
True.
From dating, right?
True.
I don't think it's bad, but I think the experience is different. So if you're dating a woman who's already like nurtured herself, she's already maintained herself by living a certain lifestyle, and she likes certain things, you want to surprise her. Can you afford to surprise her?
Right.
Can you afford to maintain her the way she wants to be maintained?
Exactly.
And I don't think
used to.
Yeah, and I don't think you should have to make women feel bad for wanting a certain lifestyle because they've created and they pay for it.
And they earned it.
Right? If I'm funding my own lifestyle, but I just think the experience is different. So again, dating someone that's a VP of an organization and successful entrepreneur, that one probably marries up a little bit better versus someone that makes $500,000 and that's like $40,000 a year.
I know.
And nothing against anyone making $40,000 a year. From a relationship standpoint, I tell people, do what works for you, boo.
Do what works for you. And I think it's as well, it's like the qualities, right? Because maybe he's making $40K right now, but maybe he's very ambitious. And maybe it's just a season,
I completely agree. Now, I've said this before, I date executors. I've done enough with overly ambitious men, but executors is where we at right now.
No more potential?
No, I can't. I'm at this age.
I need proof.
Okay, at this age, I can't date potential, okay? I cannot. But my sister out there, if that's for you, then do what's best for you. But from a relationship standpoint, I'm all for what works for those particular people. If y'all want to go half and half, if y'all don't, that's y'all business.
I know.
It ain't got nothing to do with me.
I know.
I ain't paying your bills.
Girl.
Okay?
It's just, and you would think that as Black women entrepreneurs that it should be a little bit easier for us to find great relationships because we have this mindset to build wealth and grow together. But I don't know, it seems like from my experience now, I am with someone, so I'm very grateful, right? Ooh,
yes.
I'm out the game, child.
Shout out to him.
Lord,
we love it. We love it
because the game is a lot. But even when I'm talking to my friends and it's just like I think the men need to either change their mindset, or we all need to get on the same page, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I think as Black women, it's just tricky for us, right? Out of the
is.
pool that we can actually pull from,
no.
you know, at this age. And I think that people, you know, when you're dating someone that is at a similar level as you, you can't assume that they're still going to treat you right?
Right, that's true.
So it's just like you have to figure
lot.
out what you want. And
Yeah.
it's a battle. And I mean, other men probably deal with the same thing and kind of what they want in a woman. So
Yeah.
it's a part of the game. I mean, you know, I know they'll find me.
Oh, yeah,
find
girl.
them.
Because first of all, period.
Yes.
And so speaking of, you know, being a Black woman business owner, like you and I have known each other since 2020.
Yes.
I met you through you being a VA for a previous, like, you know, business associate.
Yes.
So what has been, do you think, your biggest challenge as a Black woman entrepreneur that you faced?
And it's so interesting when people ask me about like challenges and ask me about like what's hard about it, because I just don't live in that space mentally.
Yeah.
Like I'm always like, okay, this didn't work, let me pivot.
And just try something else.
Yeah, it didn't work out how I thought it would, let me pivot. So I'll be honest and saying I've gotten embraced a lot by a lot of people on social media that I've never met before. And I really, really appreciate it, because a lot of people, you don't have to embrace me.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, I will say, which is interesting, I don't know if you've had the same thing, but there have been more men entrepreneurs that have been like, what you got?
What you need?
Like, hey, shout me out.
Some of my closest entrepreneur friends are men.
They are men.
Yeah.
And then, you know, and I would love to have, you know, a group of business owners, online business owners that are women.
I
and
know.
we just like come together, we kicking, we having fun and not talking about business like at all.
Yeah.
But you know, I'll get to that point, I'm sure. But a lot of men have just embraced like, hey, you need a virtual, just shout me out. You need a virtual assistant. Hit up Annalisa. So for me, I can't really say that I've had any challenges from just being an entrepreneur as a woman.
Yeah.
I do have some other plans within the business space that is want to get me out of my comfort zone, where when I'm in the position where I'll probably be asking for investors and things like that. So, you know, have me back on the show and we can talk about what what that life looks like, because I'm sure it's going to have its own challenges just because I'm going to be tapping into a different space.
Yeah.
But as a Black entrepreneur, as a Black woman entrepreneur, I already know going in that my experience is going to be different than someone that looks nothing like me.
Right.
But I don't let that stop me.
It doesn't stop. And you know what? I feel like it's a mindset thing.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, mindset determines so much in a business. Like, I think we're similar in that we just keep going.
Oh,
like, okay.
I keep going. I apply for everything. Oh, they gonna say no? Is that all they gonna say?
That's it, right? I don't get beat up or nothing, right?
Let me try again. Let me try one more time just to make sure they're sure.
Just to make sure,
right? Because you never know how far you would get if you just asked.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So, and I literally just approach life like that, and I've gotten very, very far by just asking, can I do something, or asking, can we, you know, do this partnership and figure out how it turns out.
Yeah.
But I just don't live in that stagnant mindset. Like even when people talk about the recession, unfortunately, like again, I still don't mentally live in that space. I'm still navigating in an abundant mindset. Like, okay, things may have me operating a little bit differently,
right?
But I don't operate in fear.
It's not right. It's not lack.
Right.
It's nothing to be afraid of. It's a shift. It's a change. But like you said, being prepared, staying ready, and knowing, having options, right? Always, never putting all your eggs in one basket.
Absolutely. And I always tell people in my community, I'm not the business coach that's going to tell you to quit your job tomorrow and go 100% into your business.
Because you got to have a plan.
You have to have a plan. I was like, if you're here for that, I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm going to tell you to be strategic. I'm going to tell you to stop waking up every day going to a job that you hate.
Yes.
I will tell you to do that because there are options out there. There are people that work their 9 to 5 and they love it. And that's great for them. There are people who have their business, they're entrepreneurs, they love it. But I'm still going to challenge both of those parties to create options for themselves and monetize the offerings that they have.
Yeah. So you mentioned there's a lot of things you're working on. So tell me, like, how are you creating multiple streams of income? And what are good things people can do who maybe don't have a 6-figure job yet, but just want to diversify?
Yes, guys. First off, my brain doesn't turn off at night. So
Me
that's
either.
how. That's literally how. If y'all got a solution for me of like it
Please
literally
send help.
Like I'm writing.
I
wrote an idea down in my notes on my phone last night. I'm just like, thank you, Lord, but can I sleep?
But can I sleep?
Please let me sleep. But
Lord.
first thing I think people need to recognize is that you don't have to recreate the wheel.
Yeah.
It's already been done.
It's already been done.
It's literally already been done. Are you going to invest in that knowledge? Are you going to invest in the time it takes to kind of do that research and just execute, right? So for me, I think when people think of multiple streams of income, or they say, I think I need 7 to be a millionaire, I think people create 7 forms of work for themselves. When I say creating options, that's not what I mean. I don't want you to work harder. I want you to work less and make more money. That is the goal that I want for you. So even within the virtual assistant space, from just the virtual assistant space, I probably have 4 different streams of income just from the virtual assistant space, right?
I love
so
that.
think of something that you're an expert in, right? Because some of y'all doing too much.
Huh?
Again, some of y'all doing
Say
too
that
much,
again.
okay? You a boutique owner. You sell hair on the side.
You want to cook?
You got fish plates on Sundays.
Oh my God.
Okay? It's becoming too much, right?
It's a lot.
So own your space, own what you do well,
Yes.
and then figure out how you can create multiple streams from that, whether it's having an agency, whether it's having digital products. They're starting, and that's why I always tell people to start on social media now, because they're going to get in a position where they literally have to pay creators, right?
Yeah.
They're going to have to pay you for your content.
Yeah.
But how you slide into my DMs expecting to be paid and you only got 3 reels on your page? It doesn't work like that,
It doesn't
right?
work like that.
So start creating the content. It's so many different ways you can make money through affiliate marketing. And I don't want it to come off as it's easy, but I think a lot of people are making things a lot more complex than they have to be.
And overthinking.
Yes, it's already done.
Overcomplicating. It's already done. And that's the thing I love too, is you can literally take an entrepreneur like myself, an entrepreneur like yourself, like Annalisa, and look at the blueprint and say, okay, listen to this episode. This worked. Let me try to do it for myself. Because there's enough space.
Yes, I literally give people the blueprint. I'm not trying to take all the business owners in the world.
I want to rest.
I don't even want that many clients in my life. That's too many clients for me. So I created the blueprint for you so you can do exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Exactly what I did. If you all are asking me questions about things I never did, I can't tell you what's going to work. I'm saying this is what worked well for me, and thousands of people that implemented what I did.
Yeah.
Because people will reach out to me and they said, well, I did this, but they didn't do the last 5 steps and want the same results as me. You know, it doesn't work like that. That's why it's the blueprint, okay? So don't feel like you have to recreate the wheel.
Yeah, and I love what you're saying too, because you can have maybe you do love to sell your fish plates on Sunday. Make that your focus. And then if you want other streams of income, look at how can you create parallel streams of income in your fish plates, right? So digital products, recipe books, maybe open a restaurant, whatever.
Ooh, don't get me started. If you know how to cook, you know how much money. First of all, do you know how many people like to eat? Okay?
Including us.
Do you know how many people like to eat? So if we just use fish plates as an example, right? So do you know how many chefs that are doing well on TikTok? Do you know how many people who don't know how to make food? Do you know how many people who are looking for cheaper options to make food because of, recession, maybe someone's lost their jobs? At the end of the day, we're always going to have to eat, right?
Exactly.
That's something that's always going to happen. Teach me. People are looking for
affiliate
convenience.
Links. Whatever spatula you use to flip the fish, put the link to that spatula in your bio. Now you make.
Don't overthink the process.
Yes.
It's products. It's digital products. It's physical products. It's people
so
wanting
many.
one-on-ones. You'll be surprised, but you're creating a solution. It's people out there who don't know how to cook.
I've
seen your videos, guys.
Right.
The jarred Alfredo, we gotta let that go. Okay. We gotta let it go.
No, we don't do that anymore.
Okay, so there are people out there that actually need you. And then I'm gonna be honest, most of the videos I watch on TikTok are cooking videos.
Because they're addicting.
Yes.
I have a whole folder saved of just food, because I think I'm gonna recreate it. I don't, but they're saved there.
Absolutely, yes. So I don't know if it's a business coach out there taking, people who have fish plates, but let's elevate the brand, right? Let's elevate the fish plates, because it is opportunities, and I think people overthink it. Like, this is what entrepreneurship should look like. It should be Lexus. I should have the G-Wagon. Y'all, start today, and you'll be surprised what your life will look like a year from now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Girl, that just gave me chills.
A year from now.
And because a year is not a long time. Look how we're in August. It was January yesterday.
Girl.
So like that. And my thing is, something I always tell myself is the time is going to pass anyway.
Yeah.
The year is going to go by anyway, right? So why not use the year to try?
Absolutely.
Be consistent. right? 2 years is going to fly. Would you rather be 2 years older and in the same place, or 2 years older and having tried something and now look, maybe you made 6 figures, maybe you made 7 figures.
Absolutely. And I would
So
hate to
key.
be known as the person that just had good ideas.
Oh my gosh.
Like, never executed. All right, well, so-and-so had this one idea.
Imagine being old and still
Yes.
having your idea. No, we can't have that.
Execution over everything, please.
So it's just so good. You know, this conversation is so good. I think it's so good for people to see that you can be young, you can be successful, you can do it after not really having liked Instagram, because I know you
Yes.
didn't like Instagram. I didn't really either. You wasn't going to
Yes.
find me on there doing much. I just decided to start my business and say, okay, I'm a post.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And you can do it without changing who you are.
Yes, and guys, you can make money off a business that you may not be passionate about. I know people say go with your passion. You go with your passion, y'all start giving discounts, and then you burnt out and you still can't pay your bills yet.
And there we go.
Okay?
Nope.
So
Go
do
with what
you-
works.
Go with what works, what you do well, what you have an expertise at, right? And I'm not saying you have to do that forever.
Yes.
Figure out what the long game plan is. It may be, let me make this money right now so I can invest in real estate and create passive income, right? It doesn't have to be a forever thing on social media either.
Yes. Then you can pursue your passion later. I always think about Steve Harvey, right? Because he started as a comedian, but now he got a tie line. I
Yep.
think he owns some chicken restaurants. He's doing all the things.
Yes.
But when he started, it was that one thing, right? Get known for that one thing. Everybody knows you are the virtual assistant plug, right?
Yes.
But down the road, 5 years from now, you might decide to just do something else, and you can, because you would have
Absolutely.
earned it.
Absolutely.
I love that. So I have another question for you, my final question.
Okay.
So if you were seated right here before God, and you could ask God for any one thing and he would definitely say yes, what would you ask for?
Ooh, that's a good question. That one thing.
That one thing.
Ooh. That's a good question.
I know.
I would say peace.
Hmm.
And the reason I say that is because, and I don't want people to get confused, because I'm happy, right?
Yes.
But like a moment to breathe, and I'm super grateful with the opportunities that God has allowed me to have. And when I say
Yeah.
peace, that means that certain goals have been reached where I'm just chilling, right?
Yes.
I'm still very much so working on some things,
Yes.
right? And I'm grateful. I'm not working as hard as I used to work for the
Right.
little amount of money that I was getting.
Right.
But I will say just peace, and knowing that, when I'm at peace, it means, my parents, I've retired
good.
them.
Yes.
They're good,
Oh, yes.
right? My family is happy with what they're doing. I'm happy with what I'm pursuing. I'm able to continually provide a positive impact for people and then just joy life.
I love that. And that's very powerful, because when you are at peace, you're content.
Yep.
Everything is taken care of.
Yep.
All is well. You have everything that you need. Like, that is the ultimate form of just joy.
Yes,
And like,
and we're almost there. We almost there.
almost-
It's not far. Let me
It's
be
not too
clear.
far.
It's not too far. But right now, it would be right now that would be great.
That would be
and it's on
amazing.
its way. I know it is.
and girl, because the lottery just hit 1 billion.
I know, child.
That would be immediate peace.
That it would. I would just call my parents and be like, okay,
Okay, like, what we doing?
what are we doing? What y'all want? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
we
So, girl, let everybody know where they can find
Yes.
you, how they can learn from you.
Yes.
Like, please, because I know people are going to be interested.
Yes. So again, I'm Annalisa. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Just Annalisa, JustAnnalisa. If you're looking to make 4 to 5 figures a month as a virtual assistant, definitely go to www.justannalisa.com or on my Instagram page. Are you an entrepreneur
Yes.
looking to hire a virtual assistant? Go to www.EllievatedAssist.com, and we can get you paired with a virtual assistant that lives in the United States.
Yeah, the
And
best.
take some things off your plate.
I
So,
mean, literally, y'all, both my two, like, my EA and then my project manager have come through Annalisa. And another one that I'm about to hire has come through Annalisa. And these are,
Yes.
like, significant members of my team. So Just run the play, okay? Just run the play.
I'm just saying.
Oh my gosh, so another great episode of the podcast, y'all. Make sure that you all save this, download this, get in touch with Annalisa, and comment down below. Should we do a part 2? Because I'm feeling like, we might need to revisit this in about 4 months and see what we're doing.
Let me know. Maybe I might have a man by then, girl.
Oh, yeah. Then we can have a real update. Okay?
Okay.
So thank y'all so much for tuning in, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye. So if you want to be on the next episode of Get Ellivated, or if you want to be in touch with me and the team, then you can email podcast@getellivated.com or find me on Instagram and email me at hello@ellietalksmoney.com. Either way, we cannot wait to have you on the show and have you apply to be a guest for a part of the live business coaching. I'll see you guys soon.